Welcome to Module 1. Today we're going to be revisiting the purpose, focus, and organization piece of the FSA, specifically forming a claim and writing your introduction paragraph. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and look at the rubric from the FSA. So to score a 4 on the FSA purpose, focus, and organization piece, you must have a response that is fully sustained and consistently focused within the purpose, audience, and task. It has a clear and effective organizational structure, creating coherence and completeness. It includes most of the following: a clearly stated and strongly maintained claim with little or no loosely related material, clearly addressed alternate or opposing claims, skillful use of a variety of transitional strategies, logical progression of ideas from beginning to end with a satisfying introduction and conclusion, and an established and maintained appropriate style and objective tone. So again, today we're looking at creating a clearly stated claim, which we see right here in the rubric, as well as forming a satisfying introduction, which is going to help set us up for success in getting the organization of our writing piece down. So the first thing we're going to do is watch a video on creating a clear and effective claim. So now that we've reviewed writing an effective claim, I want to go back to creating an introduction and the 4 steps that we learned at the writing workshop from last week. So step 1 is to write a truthful, factual statement about your topic. Step 2 is to write a general statement opposing your claim. Step 3 is another general statement opposing your claim. And step 4 is a however statement with your claim. So let's go ahead and look at an example. I'm going to read it to you. Go ahead and follow along. Data collection is a process where schools collect information about students to make sure they're on the right track. Collecting information about students can give teachers a better understanding about how they learn. Some parents and teachers think that it is beneficial to students that need more help. However, the student data collection process has gotten wildly out of control and is an invasion of privacy. So let's go ahead and look at the 4 steps again. So step 1 is to come up with a truthful, factual statement about your topic. So the topic is student data collection in schools. So we see this person's first sentence here. I'm going to go ahead and circle it for you. Data collection is a process where schools collect information about students to make sure they're on the right track. So right there we have a fact. It is true, schools do collect information. It's truthful, but it's not taking a pro or con stance. So this student who wrote this introduction has already come up with a claim that they believe collecting student data is an invasion of privacy. So they're going to go ahead and write 2 opposing claims as steps 2 and 3. So we see that right here. So collecting information about students can give teachers a better understanding about how they learn. So it's for collecting data. And some parents and teachers think that it is beneficial to students that need more help. Another opposing claim to what the student is arguing. They finish their introduction paragraph with their however statement. So, however, the student data collection process has gotten wildly out of control and is an invasion of privacy. So after reading this introduction, the reader is clearly going to know what stance the writer is taking. In this case, that they are against collecting student data. This introduction and using the 4 steps is setting the student up for success in organizing the rest of their essay. So I want you to go ahead and look at the worksheet that your teachers provided to you. And you're going to go ahead and read this introduction. And I want you to mark step 1, which is the truthful, factual statement. Steps 2 and 3, which are the opposing statements. And step 4, which is the however statement that introduces the claim. So go ahead and take 30 seconds now and read this introduction paragraph. So you should have marked where you see the 4 steps in this introduction. Granted, this person's introduction doesn't exactly follow the 4 steps that we've given you, but it's still a pretty effective introduction. So you should have marked this sentence right here as your truthful, factual statement. And then you should have gone ahead and marked sharing data, and it can also help as your opposing sentences, steps 2 and 3. And then we see this writer does end with the however statement and their claim. So you're aware that in this piece of writing, this writer does not promote collecting student data in schools. Again, using these 4 steps is going to set you up for success in organizing your essay and having that satisfying introduction that's looked for on the 4 area of purpose, focus, and organization. So let's go ahead and do an example now. Let's say I read 2 articles on the colonization of the planet Mars, and I'm being asked to write an argument on whether or not this is ethical. So after reading all the materials, I've decided that I do not find it ethical to colonize the planet Mars. I believe that it's too risky to send people to another planet, and it's a lot of money when we could be using that to better our own planet rather than going somewhere else. So I already have an idea of where my stance is, and I can begin to write my introduction paragraph. So step 1, here is my truthful, factual statement. The Mars One mission is a one-way trip in which humans will inhabit the planet Mars. So again, it's not taking a pro or con stance on the topic, it's just stating a fact. Now that I have my step 1 down, I have to do steps 2 and 3, which are opposing statements to my claim. Again, I do not believe it is ethical to colonize the planet Mars. Therefore, I must come up with 2 opposing statements to my idea. So I wrote, sending people to Mars is an excellent way to learn about the planet. This mission could also open up a whole new location for humans to live, decreasing overpopulation on Earth. So again, I have 2 opposing statements to my claim that colonizing Mars is unethical. My last step, step 4, is to add in my however statement. However, colonizing Mars is a risky venture and a waste of money that could be used to benefit our own planet. So again, let me read this entire introduction to you so you can see the effectiveness of it. The Mars One mission is a one-way trip in which humans will inhabit the planet Mars. Sending people to Mars is an excellent way to learn about the planet. This mission could also open up a whole new location for humans to live, decreasing overpopulation on Earth. However, colonizing Mars is a risky venture and a waste of money that could be used to benefit our own planet. So now I want you to refer back to your worksheet that you have, and we're going to try it on our own. We've gone over what effective introductions look like and broken them down to see the 4 steps in action. You've watched me write my own introduction, and now I want you to try. So I'm giving you the topic of bicycling. I want you to form an opinion on whether or not bicyclists should be banned from the city streets in Chicago. So remember, you're going to do your step 1, which is forming a truthful, factual statement about bicyclists and Chicago. You're going to do steps 2 and 3, which are 2 opposing statements to your claim about bicyclists and Chicago. And finally, step 4, you're going to write your however statement with your claim. So go ahead and do that now. If you're still working on creating your effective introduction, go ahead and keep doing that. Tomorrow in class, we're going to be doing an activity called Clash of the Claims. So make sure you review today's materials and be ready to go tomorrow. Again, we'll be writing more claims and working on these effective introductions. So I hope you found Module 1 to be helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask your teacher and we'd be happy to help you.